Hi, thank you for watching Digging to China. I'm Dong Sean. If you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Over the last 5 years, there has been a dramatic shift in international money laundering. One criminal organization ceded the management of its revenue stream to another. The implications are profound for law enforcement and the compliance departments throughout the private sector. And the world had paid little attention. The world is oblivious to it. So, what happened? Chinese organized crime has taken over money laundering for the Mexican drug cartels, providing a more efficient system for transferring drug sales profits to Mexico. As a result, it has increased the net profits for the cartel and empowered them to expand their operations. Around 2016, government analysts noticed the declining use of the traditional method of laundering narcotics proceeds, aka the black market peso exchange. The exchange used to be controlled by the Mexican and the Colombia cartels through extreme violence. The cartels typically accepted a transaction cost of between 7 and 10% and waited at least 1 week to access clean funds. But the Chinese money laundering organizations had perfected a cheaper, quicker process. They offer the seamless and untraceable methods of moving funds, which is fast, reliable, and virtually risk-free. Because of their efficiency, Chinese money laundering organizations are now entrenched as the dominant global money launderers. How did it happen? Well, it is an unintentional byproduct of Beijing's capital control method. China passed so-called capital flight laws, which imposed an annual limit of $50,000 on funds transferred out of China. Wealthy Chinese who sought to access their money outside of China turned to the black market to circumvent the law and acquire US dollars. How does it work? Based on Reuters reporting and the details that the U.S. prosecutors presented at the recent trial of a Chinese businessman convicted of laundering cartel drug money, here is a popular method Chinese brokers employ to launder U.S. drug proceeds of Mexican crime groups. It involves 8 steps. Step 1. A Mexican cartel wants to bring proceeds from U.S. drug sales back to Mexico. It contacted Chinese money brokers operating in Mexico to see who offers the cheapest rates. Step 2. The parties agree on a commission and the amount to be laundered, say $150,000. Step 3. The Chinese broker, using encrypted phone messages, would send the cartel 3 things. 1. A code word. 2. The number of a US burner phone. 3. The unique serial number of an authentic $1 bill. Step 4. The Mexican crime group shares those details with a cartel-linked drug dealer in the United States, who calls the burner phone and identifies himself by using the code word. He arranges to meet a US-based money courier working for the Chinese broker. Step 5. The drug dealer and the money courier meet in public. The courier hands over a $1 bill with the unique serial number. When that checks out, the dealer hands over the cash, keeping the bill as a receipt. Step 6. The courier takes the $150,000 to a US-based Chinese merchant who has a bank account in China. The merchant then performs a currency swap known as the mirror transaction. He takes the possession of the US cash and then transfers $150,000 worth of Chinese yuan from his Chinese bank account to the money broker's Chinese account, using an account number provided to him by the courier. Step 7. The cartel's drug cash is now sitting in a Chinese bank outside the view of US law enforcement. The Chinese broker has 2 options to send it on to Mexico to the cartel in Step 8. Step 8 option 1 is to do another mirror transaction. The $150,000 worth of yuan is now transferred from the money broker's Chinese account to the Chinese bank account of a Mexico-based business person. That Mexico-based business person then provides $150,000 worth of pesos to the money broker in Mexico, who delivers that cash to the cartel. Option 2. The Chinese money broker buys $150,000 worth of consumer products in China, such as clothing, and exports them to Mexico. The goods are then sold and the proceeds delivered to the cartel. These methods are successful because there are few restrictions on bank-to-bank transfers in China. Since no funds leave China, there are no international transactions to monitor. Similarly, the US transactions are made in cash outside the banking system, meaning there are no indications of potential money laundering for compliance officers to identify. Separated from the modern banking system, this method of laundering money is extremely difficult to detect and track. With the Chinese money laundering organizations assuming all risk, currency laundering is faster. What took a week in the past only takes hours or at most a day. And with a huge customer base, the Chinese money laundering organizations offer immediately available cash at a transaction fee of 1 to 2% with no waiting for assets to be deposited into clean accounts. Imagine dozens of sophisticated Chinese money brokers organizing hundreds, if not thousands, of cash pickups and drops throughout the US every day. In April 2022, federal prosecutors brought charges against a Chinese money laundering organization in Flushing, Queens. The organization allegedly laundered several million dollars over 4 years. To address this new reality, both US and Chinese financial institutions need to shift gears. US compliance efforts should focus on cash deposits and issuance of cashier's checks where Chinese money laundering organizations are known to operate. A substantial increase in the issuance of cashier's check is a hallmark of the new method. Another way is through attacking its efficiency by creating doubts about its reliability. One reason the Chinese money laundering organizations are successful is because they are trusted. Remove trust in the network and the house of cards will fall. Law enforcement shall impose new barriers. The December 2021 executive order implementing sanctions on those in the narcotics trade should be used to deny involved parties access to the international financial network as well. As China globalizes, not only it is sending people and money abroad, so too its criminal economy, unfortunately. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I'll see you again shortly. Until then, be well.